Welcome back to Up North at 4. Sam Otterpool, Jeff Lewison joining us now with the 3 Bear sled dog races, which are coming up this weekend.
Yes.
Busy time of year for you guys. Sled dog racing. How do we get involved with sled dog racing? Where did that begin for the two of you?
It became a volunteer back in '79.
Okay.
They needed help.
Okay.
Volunteered, haven't got off the committee yet.
You were hooked.
He's still going strong.
Still going.
But what is it about, I mean, I've never been, obviously, but what is it when you get out there with the dogs in the open that speaks to you? Something about it, right? That's just gotta keep you
You're traveling through the trails in the woods. It's quiet. You know, you see wildlife. And it's a competition, so you're moving right along. You got to be an athlete.
Okay.
So the popularity of sled dog racing seems to be increasing to me, but I don't know. I know we have an event coming around in a couple weeks. There's more events coming up. So is that just my brain saying that, or has it actually been this popular for a very long time?
It's kind of went in stages. Earlier when Sam started back in the 80s, it was really...
You're dating him, you're dating him.
Yeah. There was a lot of bigger teams that were running, especially coming out of Canada and Alaska. And they'd run these big 16, 14 dog teams. And that was pretty predominant racing at that time. And then they'd have the smaller teams as like a sideshow.
Okay.
But that's kind of flipped.
So now it's more focused on the smaller teams,
The smaller
right?
teams due to the fact that a little bit of global warming going on. There's hard getting snow. We're one of the few races that has snow. There's been like 2 or 3 races canceled south of us already. That's an issue. People being able to raise large kennels is not such a
easy task.
Not such an easy task anymore. So you're seeing more of the smaller teams.
Okay.
Just for instance, we're getting entries all the way up to tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and we have 51 right now, and it's going to go fast.
51 teams?
51 already. We probably believe we'll get maybe up to 20 or 30 more.
Wow.
By tomorrow.
Crazy. So, okay, so like the Iditarod, how many dogs are pulling a sled there?
Those are big teams that generally they start out, there's a lot of 16, 14 dog teams.
Okay.
Because they're going at a paced race, and they're also stopping for stage stops at different stops. Our race is a sprint race where our dogs go full out.
Got it.
And
so like for a minimum, how many Theos would you need to pull a sled?
Well, we have a 4-dog race, which is
4.
4.5 miles. We have a 6-dog race that's 6.5. And we have an 8-dog, which is 7 3/4 miles right now. Plus a 2-dog event.
Yeah, and we have a map of the trails that you gentlemen gave us, and when you look at it, there's a lot of tight turns. It looks like, and you mentioned before, you're going through the woods. There's parts where obviously it opens up and it's a little more flat. I guess like how do the dogs and how do the mushers kind of train for those different environments?
Well, your leaders have to be jihad trained, and they have to be trained very well. Your 2nd and 3rd dogs, you got your point dogs and you got your wheel dogs. They're not so critical, but you need 2 good leaders that can do jihad.
Okay.
And that's what gets you through those nasty curves.
So are they listening or are they just following the trail?
They're listening and following.
Right.
Yeah, they're down low, so they're looking at things at a different height than you are.
Yeah.
So.
But like, if I'm a dog and I'm running along and I'm like, I would be distracted, right? Like, oh, a deer, or like, does that happen? Where they slow the whole sled down, or they're very focused?
That's more training that you're going to run into that. When we have a big event like this, you got teams running through that trail so much there's not going to be any wildlife at all.
Got it.
Yeah, it depends on the type of dog, too. We got a mixture of husky and, Sibes and hounds.
Alaskan Huskies, so how many dogs?
I mean, years ago we had, what were them, 8...
They were mostly Alaskans back when they had
leaders. We had the Govins.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like this one could pull a sled?
Oh, yeah.
We had some lady, her name was Rose, we won't mention her last name. She had 8 lead dogs.
Oh my gosh.
8 lead dogs means No lead
No lead
dog.
dog. Yeah.
It was quite comical, and everybody got a big kick out of watching it.
Well, while we have you guys here, we're kind of running out of time, so we're gonna have to take a break. But after that, we're gonna wrap up the show. But I want to see if we can't get some tips for Theo to kind of see if we can't train him up. Does that sound good with you guys?
Well, I don't know if it'll work, but we'll try.
We'll try. We'll be right back though, up north at 4. Stick with us. Welcome back. So before the sled or 3-bear sled dog races come on this weekend, we got Theo in a harness here. Gents, what do we need to know to kind of get him trained up to be a sled dog by this time next year?
Well, like I said earlier, you need to teach him how to G and haw.
Okay.
So he turns under your command. Then you have to have hooked him to a gang line.
Okay.
And put him onto the sled.
Much.
I don't know how well this is going to work, but we're going to be practicing. So thank you boys so much for joining us. We're out of town though, and up north at 4. We'll see you tomorrow on the show.